Episode 92, this week, Home Soil. This week, the Enterprise goes to a space station that is on this planet, and they're doing terraforming. They're going to transform the planet into a habitable planet for life. The scientists ignore the Enterprise for a while, then finally they'll talk to them. They're like, don't come down here. And Picard's like, we're coming down there whether you like it or not. Unless you don't want us down there. And they're like, we don't want you down here. He's like, good, we'll be there in a minute. And so he sends Riker and a away team down there. And they're checking out this terraforming center. And they're breaking off into groups with the Enterprise crew and the scientist. The scientists seem a little bit nervous. And then all of a sudden, one of the scientists gets brutally murdered in this room by a laser that just starts randomly shooting him. They forget they can beam him out of there with the transporter. They just keep pounding on the door, asking if he's okay, rather than do an emergency transport. They forgot. Totally forgot the transporter. And Data stays down on the planet with LaForge while the crew and some of the scientists beam up while they investigate. Data goes into this room to check things out. The laser activates, tries to shoot him. LaForge is pounding on the door, screaming, are you alright? He still forgot the transporter. They just used the thing, and he still forgot that they have it. So he didn't transport Data out of there. He just pounds on the door, asking Data if he's okay. Data opens the door, and he's fine because he twisted the gun into a pretzel. Just twisted the thing up so it couldn't shoot anymore. And he's like, that's weird. And then in their investigation, they discover these silicones. So they beam those up to the ship, and while they're studying them in sickbay, the silicone things show signs of being sentient life forms. They're like, oh, that's weird. We never saw anything like this before. There's never in their history of anything been a sentient silicone life form. They missed the episode of the original series where they had the silicone life form that made a treaty with the Federation. They forgot. They did a lot of forgetting this episode. But the silicone life forms take over the ship. They're shutting down systems. They're taking away life support in parts of the ship. Picard finds a way to communicate with the things. And he's like, what if we stop killing your people by accident down on the planet and agree to leave you alone? And they're like, that'll be fine. And so they make a treaty with another silicone life form. That's pretty much it. Some interesting notes in this one. There was an updated version of A Devil in the Dark where Kirk and Spock discover the big silicone rock that was killing the scientists on the planet was actually sentient, and they had to stop all the silicone life forms' eggs from being destroyed. Very similar to that. It was just an updated next generation version of that episode. But pretty much episode 92.